Hi, this is another update by me, Rachel, about the counselling school that I'm doing right now in Perth, Australia. So last week we did Addictive Behaviours and Eating Disorders, so quite a bit of information of how people develop an addictive behaviour or eating disorder. It's basically an inability to cope with what's going on around you, and then you maybe go with a few actions to find comfort, like maybe eating a lot, or maybe shopping, or maybe taking substances, or exercising, or like just behaviours which may seem harmless to begin with, or they might not seem harmless. They might seem like things which you know are going to go in a certain direction, but it's just basically making choices to try and cope with what you're dealing with through using other things, and then in order to feel normal you do these things more, and then it gets to the point where you're just doing these things in such great amounts and you still don't really feel normal. So it was really interesting. I think one of the things that stood out a lot was the fact that it's a choice. I know for myself in different addictive behaviours I've had in the past that doesn't always seem like you have a choice. Like there is definitely a time when you feel like you've gone too far and that there is just no way out. There is no option. There is no I'm not going to do this. There is I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this, but just really highlighting that there is a choice, that this is not something which is part of their personality, it's not something which is what they are stuck with, that there may be biological dependencies there, but they can be changed. They're not, it's just, it can be changed. There can be freedom, there can be healing, so just the fact that we can help, and it might not seem like that in the midst of having an addictive behaviour or eating disorder, and that's why it's so important that there are people around sharing about the truth that is, that they are not in this place, they do not need to be in there forever, that it's not hopeless, that they are not hopeless, that they are not useless, or any of these different things which can build up, like different kinds of shame as well that can build up through having an addictive behaviour and an eating disorder, and just damage that can cause to the family and friends around you and your work and finances and all these different things. Like it affects things because it comes to a point where your life is centred around that behaviour or around that substance, so it takes away from your life, but you feel like you need it, like it's a response to pain. But usually it comes to the place where that thing that you're going to take away the pain is actually the thing that's causing the pain, because it's stopping you from going to get help, it's stopping you from being able to see clearly, it alters your perspective, your mind is very much fixed on that, and all the destructive behaviours around it are just fairly intense, so they're causing more pain. But there's just a lot of hope in this, that even though it seems so dark, and even though a lot of people may show signs that it's never going to change, that there is hope, that there is change. And I just wanted to share something from my own life personally. When I was 18, I was diagnosed with anorexia. I had an inability to cope with a lot of things that were going around me, with different relationship breakdowns, with pressures to do well at school, getting to university. It felt like everything was changing, that I was out of control in every single way, and I felt completely alone. I didn't feel like I could talk to anyone about it, so I started trying to cope by myself. So it started off with exercising. Like I exercised to get rid of stress, and I exercised to get rid of all the feelings that I felt inside me, and I didn't know how to talk about them, or I didn't have anyone to talk to them about. And I felt really good. Like exercise really helped, and I felt like I could see clearly. But alongside this, I had problems with dieting, like in self-image. Like I just had started at a very young age. Like I think I was 10 when I just felt such an intense feeling that I was fat, I was repulsive, I was useless. And then since then I'd been on different kinds of diets to lose weight. So when I'd gone to the gym, I started measuring my success by how many calories I'd burnt off, and then occasionally, I went and exercised in really big ways, really intense ways, and led to a place where I could only ever think about the exercise, like working off calories, or like not eating to avoid calories, to avoid putting on weight. And the consequences of it, well, I lost weight, and then I got a lot of compliments, because it's something which is admired in a Western country like England, to be small, to be skinny, to look healthy. I had compliments like that, but alongside that I was incredibly emotional all the time, like emotionally unstable, like up and down, or like completely numb, and they were going through all these different things that anorexic people think and deal with, and I was like, oh, right, my behaviour has changed, and I do, like, my mind is completely different in the sense of I don't think about these things as much anymore. I have a healthier body image, and that's through God. Like, God is the one that saved me from that. That's when I became a Christian. Like, God helped me through that, but there are still so many things which are still traits of a person with anorexia within me. Things like I find it difficult to feel things. I find it difficult to ask for help or express my need. I like to do things by myself. I don't feel like I'm still struggling with trust and asking to help, like asking for people to help me and admitting that I have needs. And there was so many other ones, and I was like, yeah, it was a special time, but it's so encouraging to know that that this isn't the end, that God is continuously healing me, and even though He's been healing me for a while, it hasn't finished, and it's only going to get like more and more completed as time goes on. So yeah, that's some things about addictive behaviours and eating disorders. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I just don't want to have this huge video, but if you notice that I'm very tired, it's true. I'm noticing the bags under my eyes. I'm like, oh gosh, it's been an intense week. We had abuse this week, and I'll be talking about it in my next video blog, but I've also had a lot of house moving going on, and that is a whole different story in itself. But prayers will be appreciated for health, for the moving of the house, and also for finances for the school as well. But thank you so much for listening. Yeah, enjoying it. It's going well. Going on outreach at the end of December. It's coming up. Talk to you later. Bye.